But what do you call it? We'll just go right into the deck. So this one uses the card Unmoored Ego. So I did make the mistake in this game, I will say ahead of time, that you can actually choose a basic land. So what this card does is you search your opponent's graveyard, hand, and library for up to 4 cards with that name, exile them, and that player shuffles their library, then draws a card each card exiled from their hand each way. So you can actually choose island if you want. So there was one part in this video where I did not choose island. I just chose a random name, and I chose a wrong name, and I missed completely a trigger. But if you can't think of anything, just choose like the basic land, and you'll be able to see the entire deck. So if you can copy this card, which you'll be able to do very easily, you can see through their deck once, and then on the second trigger, see through their deck again, and you'll know exactly what the second pick is. So how do you do that? You do that with Primal Amulet. So this reduces this cost of spells by 1, and after you play 4 spells and it gets 4 charge counters, you flip it over, and this land now becomes a land that doubles the cast of any spell used with that mana. And the best part is, this is not a legendary land, which means you run 4 Primal Amulets, so you can have, if you somehow get it, 4 flipped over Primal Wellsprings, and you can copy spells 4 times if you want. Of course, that's near impossible, but you never know. So that's what makes Primal Amulet freaking amazing. Probably going to try out some more decks with this, but this is what I've come up with at most. Probably said the wrong word there. I don't know, my English is terrible. So what we have is Unmoored Ego, 4 Primal Amulets. Then you want some cheap stuff to hit off those Primal Amulet charges. So Opt, Revitalize, Flood of Recollection, which allows you to grab cards back from the graveyard, so that's awesome. Search for Iscanta to cycle through the deck, 4 Ritual of Rejuvenations, 4 Mortify to destroy creatures or enchantments, 4 Masterminds Acquisition. So I'll go into this card in a second. 4 Kaya's Wrath to blow up the board, 1 Immortal Sun. This is an optional card. It is a mythic, so it's expensive. It's also expensive to cast, but it's pretty good because it shuts down planeswalkers, and it allows you to draw an extra card, and it also reduces your mana cost for your spells. So if you have both Primal Amulet out and Immortal Sun, then you're taking off 2. It makes your cards 2 less to cast, which is pretty awesome. And of course, Primal Amulet itself stacks, so you can even get it up to 3, 4, or even 5 if you somehow have all 5 out at once. Expansion Explosion. We don't have red mana, so we're only using the expansion part. The expansion part you're going to use mostly on Unmoored Ego, but if you're in a tight situation, you can use it on something like Revitalize. But you're only using it for the expansion part. It's an awesome card. I know I wanted to sneak in red here for Explosion, but I wasn't able to make it work. And then you have your land package. So whatever lands you got, make sure to throw them in. And then let's go over to Masterminds Acquisition. So how do you protect yourself in a deck that's kind of fragile like this? So you have a sideboard, and you basically make it whatever you want to, as long as it's in the colors white, blue, and black. So what this card does is allow you to search for a card either in your deck or outside the game. And put into your hand. So outside the game is our sideboard. So you basically put whatever you want in the sideboard. So this sideboard right here is absolutely horrible, to be honest, because some things are just redundant and some things don't make sense. So I wouldn't really copy the sideboard. The only cards that are extremely important are pretty much clear to mind, because you're going to be ripping through your deck really fast. So being able to put your graveyard back into your deck is extremely important. And it also helps against mill decks. I actually trolled the mill guy by putting my deck right back in at the very end of the battle. 1 Cry of the Cranium to destroy board wipe creatures. 1 Exilion's Binding to deal with other creatures. To deal with planeswalkers for the most part. 2 more Unmoored Ego. You can even get away with just running 1 Unmoored Ego, but I run 2 just in case I need to hit 2. 1 Settle the Wreckage for creatures. 1 Cleansing Nova for... It really depends. It's mostly for creatures, but it is for enchantments too, but that can also backfire. 1 Lyra because it can gain you life, but it's not one of those iffy cards. 1 Eternal Absolution to nerf your opponent's monsters, and it's kind of a fun inclusion. And 1 Mass Manipulation. If you get a lot of mana and you're able to copy Mass Manipulation, you should be able to grab extra cards. Creatures from the battlefield or planeswalkers. I might be wrong on that one because I haven't been able to cast it yet, but I'm pretty sure if you cast it for its 1 cost, then it will copy, and then you should be able to cast it for grab another card. I might be wrong. I might be wrong on that one. If I'm completely wrong on that one, let me know. Well, otherwise, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Check out the gameplay coming up, and feel free to subscribe or hit that like button, and it helps out the channel a lot. So I'll see you guys next time. Alright, so Dawn of Hope, that's interesting. Alright, so I'm going to play blue, and I'm actually going to play this Primal Amulet here, since that's pretty much the whole point of the deck. Is to flip Primal Amulet and an Unmoored Ego for a ton. So probably Aurelia? I have a feeling. No, nothing? Damn. Alright, so we'll get rid of this creature. And then we'll get rid of the enchantment, causing this one to flip. So we'll create a 1/1 white soldier. We'll transform this. That destroys that. We'll play Flood of Recollection twice to grab back this. And to grab back Mortify. And we can't, unfortunately, we can't flip the other amulet just yet. Transform. Alright, so this for black. Blue. Unmoored Ego. Double trigger. Copy this for a quadruple trigger. And now I basically get to search his entire deck and remove all win conditions. First we'll just choose Domri, just so I can see what's in there. Domri Chaosbringer. Alright, so there's one in his hand. There's none in his library. Ooh, Aurelia. Alright, so Aurelia. Alright, we'll do Aurelia next. So he does get to draw a card. Yeah, we'll do Legion Warboss. So I got the one in his hand and two in the bush. And then next we'll do this. The Ceraton's a little bit threatening. Boros Challenger? I guess Boros Challenger. Yeah, I see a bunch of Boros Challengers. And the best part about this is I can just get it back next turn. Leaving him with pretty much no win condition. I mean, well, there's the damn Domri. Alright, so we got Masterminds Acquisition, so that's good. So we're going to acquisition outside the game. And we need something to kill the Domri Rad. What will kill the Domri? Oh yeah, Exilion's Binding. Duh. Yeah, we'll do Exilion's Binding. And we'll play Exilion's Binding. So, what gets copied, but that wouldn't really matter. Alright, so next one, oh my goodness, we drew that again. Alright, so we'll play Flood of Recollection. We'll grab back Unmoored Ego. Resolve. He's probably gonna quit. I mean, he might not quit. This will actually be the first guy who hasn't quit this deck when I got the combo off. We'll do this for blue, black, Unmoored Ego. Expansion. Unmoored Ego. Get rid of that. Get rid of this. That leaves him with only Dawn of Hope left. I will keep that. We'll decline. I mean, it's pretty much game over, but I'll just pass. And there it is. Discard a card. Alright, whatever. So, yeah, he lost because of no win condition and milled out. Pretty glorious, but not typical results. So, yeah, not bad. Not bad for just messing around.